Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Right, y'all. What is popping? Hopefully you can hear me. Maggie, Lipstick, and Sofrito in the house. What's up, Juanito? Good to see y'all here. Thought I'd tap in tonight and do a little hangout. Ivy, what is popping, y'all? What's up, Javier Loco? In the place to be. I see y'all in chat here. Thought now was a good time. I actually got a little break from some of the noise outside. So we get a train that goes by here, and it should be popping up soon at some point. It did go by already, but so there's some train tracks, and then there's some warehouses back. I keep pointing back this way behind me. And on certain weekends, I guess today's Friday. You know what? Magneticus told us it was Friday the 13th. Was that today? And I was like, oh yeah, thanks for the information. I like, thought about it, talked to my brother. It's like, dude, it's the third, right? It's the fourth now, but anyway, Magneticus. What's up, Roger? And so yeah, on certain weekends or Fridays, I guess, they have like punk bands play. And I hear it's all like youth punk bands, so that's pretty cool. But I hear things get kind of crazy back there also. And then one of my nephews was playing some heavy metal music earlier too, so I had all that going on, and it might pop back on. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe everyone's taking a break at the moment, so be aware. Condensed reality in the house. What's up? Happy you popped in some of the lives earlier. Roger. Roger that. Yeah. Always got things kind of in mind to talk about the live. And I'm like, man, I should jot that down, or I hope I don't forget about that. And hopefully those things pop up tonight. Uh, and I'm referring to tonight's topic. So I don't know if you read the title there. I think I might have said Mount Shasta. And Maggie's in the future. So if anyone wants to know the future out there, please ask Maggie here in chat. She also usually brings tacos and burritos for chat. So hit her up if you got the munchies. We got audio in all caps. No cap. Are you guys up on game with no cap? I know most of the youth out here they finally put me up on game a little while back. And it's usually my brother or my nephews keep me up on the lingo. So no cap, and you'll see a lot of times they'll put the blue cap emoji, means like not lying, no lying, or if you're capping, it means that you are. So if they're like cap, Blue cap, they lying. Yeah, rail yard, train train goes by here. And there's this noise it does sometimes, and I don't know if it's like they're hitching like some of the carts, but it's loud and scary. It just happened not too long ago. It always sounds like an explosion or something, like a crash. But I guess it's a normal thing because it happens pretty often. Throw tacos at everyone. Orale. See, what do we got here? Is that a chopper? Meaning a motorcycle. That is loud. That could be on the boulevard here or the highway. You're in Cali now. What part of Cali? I don't see you. This is the second time, Juanito. The last time I went up towards you as close as possible. Any closer, I'd be in Oregon. And we will tap into Oregon tonight. Maybe we should start it off with that. We're going to be checking out some videos here, some BD's videos, and talking about some places up north, some mysterious places. Hmm. I hear some yelling and some cursing outside. Wonder what's going on. Let's see. Maggie says, ha, ha, ha. Still alive in the future. All right. Good to know. Because shit's been wild. Even just right now, starting off the New Year's, so much has been happening out there. It's buckle your safety belts, folks. Because the wild ride is still continuing. Denise, yes, no problem. I'm glad I was able to do that little breakdown. I'm glad you tapped into the live earlier and I was able to relay that message. I know there's a lot of messages that you've sent in the past that I have not responded to, and a lot of I would just say messages in length. Here we go. All aboard, y'all. I hope you got your tickets. It's the NorCal, Southern Oregon Bigfoot Project train. All aboard. Oh, yeah. Y'all hear that? Choo choo. Let me know if you hear that. Smurfy, what's up? What is Smurfy saying? For me, no cap is, oh my God. Jeez. Where's my brumpum? Or you get one of these, Smurfy. A little louder. Did anyone get that? Smurfy's wild. I seen his doppelganger earlier today, y'all. Made an appearance. It's rare when that guy shows up. And speaking of got a real one right here. Remember, I was talking about that. Just in case. Let's see, where you at? Yeah, man. Real air on there. And I see it. Uh-oh. Hey, Smurfy. Let's see. You have to put up with the same thing. You got the train station half a block away from you. Yeesh. it's a trip for me because it's Los Angeles, and I know, going back, I was just watching a video, um, the other day on underground, railroad under Los Angeles, and there's a whole thing on that with a lot of big cities, old trains, part of the whole old world topic, and, yeah, this young guy, I'm sure he's a local here, made a documentary on the underground trains. Too bad I don't think I shared that one. Maybe I'll find it and, put it out there. It's very interesting. They let him down there in some of the tunnels, got great footage, interviewed a lot of the people, and, yeah, I think there was, old trains way before, uh, they tell us, and so it's definitely something there. And, yeah, the whole underground LA thing, it's definitely a thing. Hey, hey. See. Greetings, Polly. Hola, amiga. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo te va? Ojalá muy bien. Who's that? A little twisted, chilling, a little late. Sounds good to me. Catching up with some of the comments here, scrolling through. All right. Possibly the best choo choo. And you'll hear me, my words sometimes. It's weird that, you'll try to say something and it'll come out funny. And even I was already checking in one of the videos I got set up here. We'll have a little laugh having to do with that. But, it's embarrassing, but move on. I used to dwell on embarrassing things that would happen sometimes. It's not good. Got to get past those moments. I do like to laugh too and learn to laugh when those moments happen too. Some things will knock the cool right out of you. You know what I mean? Ever had that happen? All right. And I thought, I was like, let me know if let's see. Could I post a comment? I think I tried this last time. We're trying a little test here. Testing. Oh, yeah. Cool. Yeah, I thought there's another way. I was like, oh, I could go maybe on the phone, tap in like that, post comments, but I guess I could do that here. Telling you, practicing with this stuff. I need to do that. And here we are. All right. There's other things. I mean, Chatterbox right now. We could talk about a whole lot of stuff, but let's get into first video here since we been hanging out. The first one, we're gonna go ahead and start this off up in Crater Lake. Anyone familiar with Crater Lake? Anyone been there? Let us know your Crater Lake experience. I have several. Been there several times, and actually lived uh, kind of, I would say, in between Crater Lake and Mount Shasta, uh, on the Oregon side. And so it was like, yeah, just about an hour and some change, under 2 hours. Either way, they're both opposite ways, and you'd be at the location there. And so even being in between those two spots, I feel like that particular area where we're at is very interesting because there's a lake nearby, and is that lake hosts the Bigfoot trap. It's an actual trap that they built, made out of wood, and there's a metal gate on it, which is no longer like in service. A lot of the youth go up there to hang out and stuff, but there had been Bigfoot reports in the past, they're way back, miners in the area found tracks, and even to this day, you go around there, some of the houses got like Bigfoot mailboxes around there, and it's just total Bigfoot territory for sure. And I have found some interesting, there we go, interesting tracks around there before. You'll see that those, I show those, one of those tracks in the intro of the video here. That was a recent intro we put together with a bunch of little clips of mine. And I say we, I, and yeah, that was one of the big ones there. It was in the mud, sunken in real deep, and they weren't like massive, massive. Should have. I didn't have my measurements with me, but I did put my foot for comparison, which I hear is not the greatest thing to do, but something. And I went back the next day to try to cast them, but I lost those particular tracks and found these other ones. And it was my first time trying to cast stuff, and something did come out of it, but they weren't like perfect tracks, although they were really nice tracks there. And we've shared that video. So it's somewhere buried in the channel. And there's a little clip of it there in the intro. So really like this area we're talking about here. And we'll take a look at that a little later. Let's see. Yeah, post them links, y'all. Post your channels and your links. Anything interesting since we're getting into Mount Shasta and Crater Lake, anything related you guys could find or have, feel free to share it. So this first clip here, let's see. Yeah, I got a few to share. And that's a view of the lake there from the rim. That day we're with it was my queen, my brother, and brother's brother-in-law. There's Wizard Island there, and you can see it's all smoky due to fires. This was, oh man, maybe like 4 years back or so. We'll run that again because there is a possible anomaly in this clip. And yeah, Crater Lake, like Mount Shasta, is just one of those mysterious places. Yeah, super beautiful. I am Smurfy. So let's see if you guys spot it. Let's see if we can see it. Did you guys see that? So there's an anomaly there. And we've shared this video before. And I spotted that way before uh was into I got schooled and learned about these little dragon fast movers, these objects, we've been tapping into lately, flying by airplanes and all this stuff. We posted a video of that earlier today. Did a little breakdown of it. But watch, I'm gonna run it again, and you're gonna notice it looks like almost like a bug dart by. But this object, we had done a like a slow mo of this, and this object, which could be one of these fast movers. Now that I know and am aware of these things a little more, um, it could be one of those. So it's going to go by really quick, and it's going to go down towards the water, and it's shooting from the left side of the screen. Hopefully you can see my arrow here, kind of darts down that way. It's going to be in the beginning of the clip. And it, in the slow mo, when I zoom in on that, it seems to go all the way down into the water. And when it hits the water, there's no splash or anything like that. It's super weird. uh LIB had he called it I think he called it like Iron Man or something like that, because it's just like this object that's flying down, and it's really weird. So let's see if you could if you're all able to spot that. Here it goes. Right there. It's Just run it back. Right there. Did I see that? Got Gray Owl in the house. Alienated Productions, welcome. Yes. So what did they used to call it? Mount Mazama? And what happened at Crater Lake? Did it implode? What's the story? Did it blow? Um, there's the tale of, yeah, the indigenous tale of the whole thing. It's a love story, I believe. And it was how does it go? I believe it was a couple, and I believe it might have been another man from another tribe who was trying to get with this particular native woman, and it was something weird that happened, and someone turned into, I think, the mountain, and it blew over, and it's a interesting tale, and I should know it by heart, but it's yeah, I'd have to download those files, but yeah, it's very interesting, and they say that it's cursed, you know? G&E. I'm saying G&E. It's one of my favorite groups, underground hip hop. G&A. Y'all know Grouch and Eli? Shout out to Eli. Got some Eli stories. Hung out with him. And actually my boy DJ Rilla used to DJ for Scarab from the Living Legends. So got some stories there. So yeah, it's a little look at Crater Lake, and you guys aware of Wizard Island? They say that there's phantom fires that have gone on there. You know, people will see there's 'cause no one's allowed, I believe, on the island. Only rangers and stuff can go, and they'll see fires like what look like campfires on the island, and people on there. And the rangers will go over there, and there'll be no one there, and no fire either. And then you have what is it? The old man they call it, and it's this log. Forget what type of wood is it that floats upright, and it just moves throughout the lake, and it doesn't sink. It's been going like that for a long time, and people have tried to like study it and stuff, and anytime they get near it or mess with it, you know, things will start happening. You know, the waves start getting crazy. Just strange stuff happens when you mess with the old man. So don't mess with the old man. I never seen the old man. Did y'all read that? Let's see. What was that? It had many stories about the creation of the lake and its features, all right, which they passed down through generations. Some of their beliefs about Crater Lake include the climate called Crater Lake G or Gi, which means a sacred place. They believe that the lake was so holy that looking upon it would lead to death. Wow. Yeah, because they say it's almost like looking at a mirror. Like when you do look at the lake on a clear day, and I've gotten to see it before, it looks like it like it's mirroring itself. Like, probably see it here a little bit. See that towards the other end there, you can see how it's mirroring itself there. It's amazing. And even on this super smoky day, it's a trip. There's more stories. There's a lot of there's several missing 411 cases out there that baffle me. Uh there's the one Charles McCullough. I believe is the last name you pronounce it. That was back in the day, and he drove a Volkswagen. I can't imagine driving it, and I know people drove those VWs all over the place, and I'm a VW guy. I used to have a '73 bus, and, forget his was like a 60 something, and drove up there from I forget what state, to do some, like, sightseeing, taking pictures, but it was winter. Went missing, and, yeah, they say when they found him, it was like he melted through his pants. Just found little chips of his, like, leg bones. It's super weird, and I believe one of the things they found to confirm that it was him was his, Volkswagen key to his bus. My bus, I still have the key to, actually. Here goes another train. And we will get another bus one day. I would love, what is it, the micro bus with all the windows, what is it, 21 or 22 windows all around it. Cool to get with the safari windows too. Yeah, man. Uh-oh, Venusian. Is that, that's like Musk and them, you know? We were talking about them, the vampires. Mm. Some weird sounds there. So one time at Crater Lake, and I think I'll bring this up again. It was our, it was winter time because there was snow up there, and we decided to head up that way. And for some reason, my queen and the son, uh, they're into snowboarding and everything. I've never really snowboarded before. Remember pops taking us to Mountain High here one time, and I was just looking how steep the mountain was and people going down it. I was like, no way. And I was a skater and everything, but it was just something I never really did. I could probably do it, but I never pushed myself to doing it. And so we get to Crater Lake, and they decide that they wanna go skiing or cross country skiing, and I didn't really want to do that. I was there more to go bigfooting. I wanted to go check out some of these spots, try and check out some of these spots where these people went missing. I was trying to do my thing, but I figured, yeah, well, if we do the cross country skiing thing, uh, maybe we'll be able to check out some other places too. But it was something I'd never done before either. And so we rent our gear and we get to the parking lot. And in the parking lot, there's like a little path, and it's snow. And we make our way up. Actually, before even making our way up, putting on some of the gear, I was already slipping in the parking lot. I was just like, no, I didn't want to do it. I just didn't feel good about it. And that was one of those embarrassing moments. It was hilarious. And so we start making our way and trying to figure out where we need to go. And when we get to the top of this like little part, I guess this little end of that trail I'm telling you, and it's like the rim, uh, our son starts slipping down, and he was about to go over the cliff. It was amazing. I was like, "Whoa, that's how fast and things could happen here." And that could have easily been like just a life changing moment. And we're just like, well, and I was just like, you see, and I was just like, F this. I'm not I'm not doing this, and it was just yeah. And I think we just went a little ways, tried it, and it was a little bit difficult, for me at least. And yeah, we ended up turning around and didn't go any further. Maybe that was a good thing. Yeah, little creepy Crater Lake story there. And I got another one actually, and it was the day. I don't think it might have been this day too that we got this footage. My brother ended up because we were having a good time before we got there. We were, I'm sure we stopped in town somewhere and stopped and maybe had a drink or two. And so when we got up there, we were pretty tired and but excited to be there. And so my brother, we hung out here for a bit, and we're aware of the the 411 phenomenon, and to be careful inside national parks, and he decided to, I don't know what got into him, and hopefully he doesn't mind me telling this story. Um, he ended up at the parking lot, and he was laying down on the ground and like using the parking what do you call it, like the parking block as like a headrest, and we were looking for him, we couldn't find him, and eventually I found him there, and I'm like, hey bro, and he was kind of like just taking a nap there. I'm like, dude, get up, what the hell. And he just kind of got up, and we ended up taking off then. But I was just like, whoa, like that's like that could have been one of those moments when something happens. And yes, Crater Lake stuff there. And hopefully sounds like we might, you know, keeping Crater Lake in mind for this year. I actually got a text from someone earlier who's nearby there. Excuse me. And it was good to hear from them. And yeah, it sounds good. It's good to hear from someone up that way, and this particular person. It was yeah, someone dear to me. So what else did I want to touch on Crater Lake? There's so much. The other cases, there's some is it Samuel Belkey that I could think of. There's another one. There's a few there with young kids. And actually recently also over on Bigfoot Society, I know he's been getting some reports of Bigfoots on a road near the Crater Lake area, which doesn't surprise me. Um, yeah, you could feel it just even on your way. The area on the way there, you could tell is just prime Bigfoot country there, and just the vibes are thick. What's up, dude? Anyway, let's take this off here. And so what could it be? You know, what is going on at Crater Lake? Um, is it spirits? Is it, and I'm sure there's UFO sightings there. There's, Bigfoot. Uh, what else could it be around there? What do you guys think? Portals. You got your water element. You got the volcano, which is another thing I wanted to touch on here. Glad I remembered that. It's the part of the Cascade Range. All that weirdness seems to follow that whole range, um, which goes all the way up to, is it Washington? So Mount Shasta is part of it. And I'm not sure if Lassen is. I wonder, I think so. Lassen might be part of that. We got another comment here by Alienated. There have been several stories about UFOs at Crater Lake and Mount Shasta. Oh yeah, Mount Shasta for sure. And it wouldn't surprise me if there'd be like some sort of weird connection. I've heard of a connection between Mount Shasta and the coast of Humboldt County. Almost like it travels Highway 299 or something like that. And then not far from there, you got the Bluff Creek area that branches off a certain way there. But yeah, no, I would not be surprised if there's something underground that connects like that. And then, speaking of connection, I wonder if there'd be an underground connection like that between Crater Lake and Shasta, which isn't far. And what up, Sal? See, South says, I always thought Chewbacca had a connection with Bigfoot, but what is the connection with Ewoks? Cheers, cheers. Salute. Yeah, man. Yeah, are Bigfoot's Wookiees? Duke could answer that. Ewoks are Alba Twitches, apple snitches. Hide your apples. You know, Cristina Gomez likes her Alba Twitch. Are those things are they fuzzy? Are they furry? They sound like it. I think so. Yeah, little Ewoks, they're furry. Alienated says true, and South is nice. Yeah, so fascinating place, Crater Lake. I haven't done any overnights there. They've always been like daytime trips, and we always return back 'cause there's always work. We'd always have to head back to work. It was always like a break. We'd take a little break from work, and it's like, all right, today let's go to Crater Lake. And boom, we were able to go. And that's it's just an awesome thing. From here, oh man, it's a heck of a trip. But yeah, being up that way it was pretty close. And then you had the choice of Mount Shasta, which is awesome. And even in between there, there's several strange current missing person cases. And yeah, I've been fascinated as of late. I've been binge watching a lot of Steve Stockton. He premiered earlier and actually was premiering a video that I was watching uh, the day before, and they touched on Shasta. Of course, Robot Granny came up. Y'all know about Robot Granny? I know you know about Robot Granny. That's a weird one there. And there's a really cool channel on YouTube that really goes into the lore of Mount Shasta, and the guy even does some boots on the ground and explores and finds some like petroglyphs in the area. Let's see here. So speaking of Shasta, let's pull something up. Let's check it out from the weed side of things. So out there, um, you have the town of Weed. Yeah, it's called Weed, California. And weed did burn once. Super sad. Um, a lot of these places up there tend to burn. The fire. It's always an issue up in NorCal. We got Philip Blair in the house with his So Robot Granny, really quick, is a case out of Mount Shasta that's really popular online, and it's of a little boy who um, had an encounter with uh, what he thought was his grandma. They were out camping in a particular area, Shasta, and I forget. I don't know if he had gone missing and met with this what he thought was his grandma in this like cave, and in the cave there was all types of like stuff that was like human stuff that was like old and dusty. And Robot Granny tried to have the boy poop on some sort of like cookie sheet or something. Oh no, it kind of reminds me of the poopy app we were talking about earlier today. Here we go with the poop subject again. Octopus right on time. What it do? And she gonna take your diapers. Oh no. It's a creepy one. So yeah, and then the little boy thought that was odd. And so that raised flags. And he realized that wasn't his grandma because his grandma probably wouldn't have him do something like that. They bake cookies some other way. And yeah, clear the throat there. Um, so it got all weird, and somehow the little boy made it out and made it back. And fast forward, Granny finds out about this, the real Granny, and Granny says, "You know what? I think it was about a year ago. We're camping in the same area. She was with somebody else, and they had woken up with some sort of pain in the back of their neck or something like that, and they saw and they found what looked like a spider bite or something, and they were thinking about maybe some sort of lost time. I don't know. They were tripping out, and they started thinking maybe they got abducted or something like that. And so they're thinking that the little boy maybe got abducted as well because they were in the same area and some weird ish happened. And the little boy said that that was his grandma, and grandma said that wasn't her. And I think the grandma also ended up with like laser eyes, like something happened that made the little boy think she was a robot. That is BD's version of Robot Granny in Shasta. We'll have to remix that one day. And yes, so yeah, so many weird and strange things that you hear at a Shasta. Everyone's got a Mount Shasta story. So speaking of Shasta, we're gonna take a look here, some footage from the Wee side of things. And it was and they closed it down. There was a hot springs. We love hot springing, the queen and I. And especially when it's clothing optional. Um yeah, so we've gone to several hot springs throughout the state, and there's many more to go to. And one of them was in the Shasta area, and I believe that one was called is it Wilbur Hot Springs? So this time we were headed into Wilbur Hot Springs to go detox and get grounded and do all that good stuff that we need to do for the body, mind, and soul, right? And so I got a little footage here. And you'll see some things flying by, probably
There it is,
like birds.
Mount Shasta. We'll see if we could check some more of it out.
Add myself back to the stage here. How'd you like that? We'll run it one more again. We got some more footage. It's off the side of the road
There
there.
it is,
Probably with some
Mount
berry bushes
Shasta.
there. And of course, the videos I always look into see if there's any
See
anomalies
if we
going
could
by. I think in this one, there's a bunch of birds. Look
check
like
some more of
birds,
it
but
out.
hard to tell. But there she is. There's some birds there. Yes, the Lemurians. True that, Polly. And that's something that does come up. I've heard of they say are Lemurians, these tall Nordic looking people that'll come down from Mount Shasta and will come into the town of Shasta and will go and purchase things at stores and or from people and will use nuggets of gold. How would you like that? Get paid in nuggets of gold. Cascadia. Who's out there? All right, let's pull up another one. Let's see what do we have here? Another view of Shasta, and I think this one is from a spot pull out that I like. So you get a nice view of everything. It's good to check for anomalies and stuff. Excuse the wind. Yeah, I did check that out, Gray Owl. It's weird. I didn't get to see any, entity or anything, but that one's been making the rounds. Seems super interesting. Video with the tree branches and stuff being thrown. Yeah, this spot here, you can see it's like a pullout, and it's like kinda like a dead end. It's pretty hidden. It's a very nice spot, very close to town as well, but you're right, pretty much at the base of the mountain with a great view of the site, and, yeah, keep an eye out for any anomalies. I've been going through these videos, I was putting my intentions out, had a meditation there. It's a pretty nice spot, and we have gone on, further into on the mountain. Reptilians, huh? Sal says, my Shasta Nordic ones are known to be reptilian in disguise, reportedly interesting and portal talks. You can see there's a little shed there with a shipping container, yeah, shipping container. And there's a light road and highway right behind. Still very hidden spot, and then that trail will lead you into, I believe there's another road deeper in there, and I have walked it before. But yeah, really, really cool spot there to, just sit and meditate with the mountain there, the area, and, yeah, you get all sorts of stories, reptilians, little people, Bigfoot, and just even the local people, a lot of interesting characters, gravitate to this area, and, I do like a lot of people, but at the same time, it's double-sided, a lot of stuff happens there. Um, and there's a recent video I've been, really, sharing a lot, Peter Santinelli on YouTube, and he's been, doing a lot of, Northern California towns, and he goes around and interviews locals and everything, and so he's been, doing the rounds in Humboldt, did, I think, 3 videos there, did one in, I believe it was Trinity County. Also, he recently posted one out of Mount Shasta. He gets to talk to some of the locals there. Very interesting. So check that one out, you guys. Peter Santinello. And he's a huge channel. I'm sure he's like a million subscribers. We got Wasatch. We got Wasatch. What's up, Wasatch Sasquatch? Yeah. And I don't know, too bad I can't this Wasatch don't have I wish I could hand out tools here. Not sure how I can do it. Let's go into another vid here. Let's see what we got over there. These are, you know, throughout my visit, so I don't remember what year this was. Obviously, you see some snow out there. And I would pass by here a lot on our way to the house in Oregon. We also, would spend a lot of time living in Weaverville. Highway 299, so kind of that's in between Shasta and let's say, Willow Creek, Humboldt. Humboldt. See, I don't know what those little houses there is. Maybe somebody's growing some indoor there or something. Is this the same? Oh, it's the same video. Here we go. Let's see. Let's add this.
Out there.
I don't
Much
know why.
love.
So this is from Weed, the Weed side, and this is actually at the grocery outlet parking lot. Can you believe it? What a view, huh? This is from town.
Back at Mount Shasta. This is from the weed side. Weed, California.
Yes, that
There is
Voodoo.
such a place. And it actually burnt down when we were. You see the snow melting away there.
A little behind on the comment.
And the last post, I think it was from the other side with a lot more snow.
Yes. I was trying to
Yeah, always
load
checking for any anomalies.
video of the particular clouds I have.
It's just awesome being in its presence. Yesterday we went through the redwoods, excuse me, and
Redwoods.
sounded like Elmer Fudd there for a second, huh? That was cool. Old stomping grounds, and hopefully we'll get to explore there some more in the near future. And looks like another Bluff Creek trip is coming up, so getting ready for that. Hope everyone's doing well out there. Much love.
Yeah. Me the stage, yo. Boom. Boom. All right. A little more footage there. And yeah, it's just always awesome being in that area. You could totally feel the energy. And I see why people gravitate to there. There's definitely something happening. There's also the talks of the Count of Saint Germain and Mount Shasta and his little white liquid he wants you to drink. I don't know about that. Kind of iffy on white drinks and white things sometimes. Depends what it is. Um, yeah, see, that's the nephew there. Sounds like he's gaming. Cassie. See, Cassie. Did you move already, Cassie? Cassie is Cassie could probably touch Mount Shasta right now if she wanted to. I won't give away your exact location unless you want to share. But yes. Woo Reezy in the house. Y'all be careful. We got Woo Reezy in the house. Yeah, and thank you for getting back to me, bro. I appreciate you being very attentive and responsive with your messages. Did I say that right? Um, yeah, that really helped out Latch and you came through in the clutch and I'm glad I was hopefully of help there as well. And yeah, hopefully I don't know if there's a link for that show coming up, but we definitely got to share that out. I'd like to check that out whenever I think that might be happening tomorrow. And y'all don't forget to share your links here. Check out each other's channel. Could we say that? I don't know. What do you say? Subscribe, like, share if you care. But yeah. So what else? A lot of UFO sightings in Shasta, Lemurians. What is the connection between Lemurians, lemurs, Moo, Old World, Easter Island? Do you throw Pangea in the mix? Atlantis. Come on, y'all. Let's chop it up. Yeah, many more stories from Mount Shasta. And yeah, being on the mountain, I usually go up there looking for the Bigfoots, of course, you know. The Lemurians, not so much. I do believe they're there. And if they happen to appear, then hey, what's up? Um, and the Count, it's another one I'm not, really looking forward to running into. They say that the elixir of his keeps you young. Wonder what else he's drinking, and I wonder what that elixir really is. Mm. We're talking Fear and Loathing last time. Here you go, Polly sharing a link there. Amazing Nepalese, believe it's yeah, food from Himalayan food, Nepalese food you can find in the town of Shasta. There is some good Mexican food as well. And of course, a bunch of crystals and those types of shops. A lot of good books. You could find their bookstore. I'm sure there's a decent bookstore, and I'm sure at some of those crystal and gem shops you could find books and all that. And then what is it? The I was going to say the cult of I am. No, there is the whole I am following, right? And it still goes on today, I believe. I forget, the whole story behind that, but there was the whole I am movement that was going on up there. What else comes to mind? Is it the harmonic convergence also that was happening up there? Who was that? Was that Jose? Is it Jose Arguelles? Or is it some other vato? I forget, but I believe it was him. And what was that? They brought a bunch of people together. They were meditating and what were they doing? What were they up to? Seemed like an interesting time. Interesting time. I would have gone up there for that. But that was back in the 90s. Oh, we're still on. Oh, the connection between reptiles, the reptilians, Lemuria, Mu. Just Google it. Hawaiian reptilian shapeshifters. Whoa, brother. I don't doubt it. In Hawaii, yeah. Told you, did I talk about the time I got pegged? And was it Big Island? And we're walking the streets. I think we had just gotten there and it was nighttime. And I always like to, when I get somewhere, go walk the streets. And I was on the island walking the street. It was dark already. And I was heading back. To the house. And car had just passed by me and there was a stop sign there. I didn't have to stop or anything. And I get hit in the back and it hurt pretty good. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like, and I turn around and there was no one there. And I don't think it was the people in the car. I think I would have been obvious and that would have been problem there. And I did, I had my hair out and so I know, who knows, I maybe looked a little weird, but nah, no, I think dreadlocks on the island, especially Hawaii, see dreadlocks out there, right? But and then I started thinking about it, and for some reason, the Menuhinis came to mind. You guys know the Menuhinis? That is the little people of Hawaii. And yeah, just like I was saying, going back to the missing people, the missing person mysteries, Steve Stockton. Even today's show, touched on a case of a lady who went missing in Hawaii. There's several cases out of Hawaii. So yeah, I've been to Oahu, Big Island. I know a lot of paranormal stuff goes on there. I got a buddy on YouTube here that does paranormal stuff out of Hawaii. So a lot of very very spiritual people out there, and I do believe there is some sort of Bigfoots out there. You know, they say Hawaii is a no, they don't think so, but they have the little people. They have everything. The UFO is just everything that we all get. And for some reason they don't think that the Bigfoots could be out there. But man, you look at some brothers out there. There's some big brothers out there, local and other guys can be from other islands, Samoa and stuff. Some of those brothers get big, so you don't think an island can hold, big things? I think so. Yeah, right, gray out. Man, I was impressed. I was like, wow. So let's see. Do we have another? Let's see if we could add this. Oh, seen that. And another one here, short one. No snow, different time of year. And in this one, I thought I had noticed a little light anomaly, but I don't think it pops up. So I could have just been tripping. But you do get the lights up here, I've seen lights up in this areas here. I should have. There is a video somewhere that is posted with a light anomaly on the mountain there. Greetings, Benny Loco. Yeah, Easter Island, definitely. Um, and Lucky Benny Loco is right near a national park. I don't know if you want, we've made it obvious before, but and lucky to anyone else near a national park as well. I think that's super cool to live near one. So near Mount Shasta, there's a few other places. So everyone, focuses on Mighty Mountain there, Magic Mountain, as they should. And I did have a video clip from a friend of mine, because my queen's best friend actually is from Mount Shasta. And her dad used to tell her, she would tell me about what her dad used to tell her. And it's just all the stuff that we hear, and it's super cool to hear from a local, you know. And, he was telling her these things way back as she was growing up and as she experienced things. And in Humboldt County, she was actually our neighbor for a very long time. So when I would get the orb activity or weird activity, I could always share with her because, she was just on that level and she would see the orbs as well. Um, Tonight, I had some of those videos loaded up, but that was just going to take us into a whole other topic. So we'll make that a whole other show sometimes. I'm excited to share a lot of this stuff here. And so yeah, just getting confirmation about a lot of the weirdness of the Shasta area is always cool. And I would love to hear Benny Loco if you know anything firsthand about your areas because there's so much out of your area as well that's super fascinating and a lot of stuff that you hear online. So it would be great to talk to you live one day. And did you see Killer Corn was on live earlier? I know you know who Killer Corn is. Let's see here. So near Mount Shasta, you have several other areas. And we could just go on and on about Shasta. And you know, this is just the beginning. You know, we'll touch on it more and more as we do this stuff live and direct from y'all for y'all from Los Angeles, California. Um, let's see. There's the area of Castle Crags. Castle Crags. We'll take a look at that in a second here. Um, and it's a state park, and it's not far from Shasta. It's a little bit south Shasta. Um, and it's just a really interesting formation there. Let's take a look here.
Really wanted to check this out. I went and checked out the campgrounds.
That's the Castle Crags.
Seemed pretty cool.
That's the entrance there.
Try to
Haven't
get a
done an
view
overnight
from
there,
here. Let's see.
but I was really anxious to check it out, and this is one of the best views because I did get closer to it. The ranger did let me in and cruise around, um, but the closer I got, the harder it was to be able to capture all this. And take a look at that. Does that look like a face or what?
Looks like a face right there, that rock. Anyway, probably head into town and then head up the mountain.
Yeah, Castle Crag. So in this footage here, there is what I believe are some anomalies. I had done a
Castle
breakdown,
Crag State Park.
and we'll
This
look at
is
that. And so a lot of the
park
mysterious stuff
entrance.
that you hear around
Good
Mount
hiking and
Shasta,
getting
I
good
would
views.
personally pertain to Castle Crags as well, because like I said, it's not
Hey, and
far
it's
at
gonna
all.
take some time. We're just kind of
And,
passing through
uh,
here.
and it's just
Definitely
part of
wanted to
that
check this
area,
out. I went and checked out the
and I'm sure there's
campgrounds.
a particular maybe particular, specific things that may pertain
Seemed
to
pretty cool.
just the Castle Crags, and I couldn't tell you
Try to
that
get
off
a
the
view
bat.
from here.
Hopefully,
Let's see.
someone checking this out with more information will be able to touch on it, maybe sharing a comment or something like that, but I would love to talk to someone who is way more informed, and like I said, I'm just kinda doing this on the fly, so any information is just off the top of the head. I did pull up a couple, I guess you could say, I don't know,
Looks like a
websites
face right there, that
we'll
rock.
look at maybe later. Just,
Anyway,
nothing like solid that we
probably
can
head into
bring up
town
that
and then head up the mountain.
said it's just looking at some of my videos and it's just super cool for me to be able to share with you guys some of these places that I've been to and that we talk about so much, you know? So watch, let's take a look at this breakdown of Castle Crags that I did and see if, you guys are able to spot the anomaly. It's also something I already shared. But if you notice around this area here, you're gonna notice like a flashing. See that right there? And so I'm scrubbing the video. I zoomed it in and going back and forth. And let's see if I see right now. I think I'm maybe focusing on somewhere else. But for a bit, I scrubbed it right about here. Oh, there we go. So I noticed this flashing thing, and this is way before, once again, the fast movers, these dragon UFOs that we're seeing everywhere. And I noticed this object right there, and it in the video, it seemed to have, like, shot out, and it goes across the screen over this way, but I think it was just way too hard to see, and I tried as best as possible to show that in the video when I posted it, but it's like, you lose resolution and stuff, you lose details on YouTube, and when stuff is like that small and just, tough, but for the trained eyes, they could pick it up. And hopefully in the future, we'll be doing like remixes of all this stuff. Uh, the better we get with, just with the gadgets and, maybe software and stuff like that. Hopefully that we'll be getting in the future. If then there's anything that comes my way that could help, with, you know, breaking down videos or whatever it may be, filters or zooms or just anything that could help out. I would definitely like to tap into that stuff. And so there's definitely something going on there. And like I say, I do believe there it is right there. And I don't think it's just like a bird going by because it's super fast, just like these fast movers and stuff. So I think it's definitely an anomaly. And, like I say, it seems to shoot out from this area here, and it somehow zips over all the way this way. And like I said, I don't think you could. tell in this video clip just because yeah, it's really difficult. But now that I got a few options with filters and stuff, maybe I'll run this clip again. But there's several other videos like this that I've worked on, and hopefully I'll be able to bring it out more in the future. Got Cryptid Cowboy, what's up? Sure looks like a face. Who knows? Old world stuff, maybe. Yeah, because it's called Castle Crags, and one of the anomalies in the old world topic is the what they call meltology, right? And so you'll look at different geological structures, or what they'll call geological structures around the world, and it'll look like some sort of natural formation, but kind of odd looking, like a lot of stuff in Utah and maybe even New Mexico, different places around the world. And it's just when you look at it with different eyes, through the meltology eyes, and consider that maybe these structures are, uh, um, I mean, these geological sites are structures that have been actually melted by maybe some sort of technology or weapon. um, and you could see it sometimes. You'll look at some structures that are out there, and you could see still parts of the building, and then the rest of it will look like a natural, like, rock formation. But it's like, no, there's a building there, and it looks like it's melted. So it's just like, come on. What else? Let's see. And so another area, so you got the Castle Crags area, which is right near Mount Shasta. And then further south, obviously, you have Mount Lassen, is it? And that's another national park there, if I'm not mistaken. Um, and I've passed through Mount Lass, like passed by it, so been able to see it and seen it from afar before, but never been there. Definitely on the list. What was I gonna say? So you got Lassen, and I mean, more near Shasta, was an area that I got to explore just once, and I've always been curious of this area, and that's the area of Bernie Falls. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Bernie Falls, but that's also in that, I would say, in that Shasta area, right? And Bernie Falls. So what they say about Bernie Falls, I think it was Theodore Roosevelt that called it and said that it should be the eighth wonder of the world. And they say a bunch of a bunch of stuff, a bunch of things about Bernie Falls. And so another one being that fairies, yeah, the fae live at Bernie Falls. So doesn't surprise me. Once again, water source, major water source there. Um, and it's just in this magical area of California, which I think all of California and just the whole planet is magical. We think of these hot spots. We talk about these particular areas, which, yeah, I do think there are hot spots and um, special areas. But I think you could find that special thing just about anywhere. Anyway, Latch Key Hustle in the house, y'all. Salute, brother. And we have Postman. Welcome. And so, yeah, another area of high interest was the town of Dunsmuir, since we're talking old world. Dunsmuir, my brother put me on to these guys that had done a video up that way. This is a while back, too. And they were doing some old world exploration stuff and found several, yeah, interesting buildings in Dunsmuir that could pertain to the old world. And then once again, earlier we were talking about the whole train system under LA, and that how that being a lot older than what they tell us, and I do believe that. And also, Dunsmuir has a whole rail system that was brought up to be a lot older than the rail system that they tell us about, the whole train thing. And you could find a lot of I've seen some of the train stuff up there, and I think in Dunsmuir you could actually rent out uh train carts to as like a glamping or something like that. Sounds pretty cool. You know what I'd be doing in that cart if I were staying there. But yeah, good to see Latchkey Hustle in the house, you guys. Might be having something coming up tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. There you go, Dunsmuir, some information on that. And I actually had something I had pulled up, so let's see if I could do that. Slides and PDFs, yes. Let's see. Google, boom, and then boom. Oh, whoops. Nope. Want to do that. Think I did that wrong. Let's try this again. Stay calm. Kind of great text. I'm gonna press and exit here. Hopefully it doesn't kill the stream. All right. Let's try that one more again. Here, video file. Nope. And yeah, peep out that link, peep out any links that are being posted. Give you a little insight, a little more insight on what we're talking about here as I struggle to. Mm. All right. Let's see my computer. Maybe that will work. Nope. I'm fumbling, but I'm not giving up. We're gonna get this. See, usually I'd be like panicking right now. Like, oh my God. Let's see. Add from. Hmm? All right. So like this. Nope. I don't know if y'all could see that. Maybe you could see this. Maybe not. But I am having trouble pulling it up. It's all right. Because Sal shared the link there. Anyway, so Dunsmuir, definitely a place of interest. Keep that in mind next time you're up that way. What's up, Puck Elf? Equator 7 in the house. Salute. Another spot. So we're talking Bernie Falls, right? We're jumping all over the place. Let's take a look at Bernie Falls here. Keep an eye out for any fairies. Latchkey, I don't know if you've seen earlier. I'm gonna run this again. Hopefully you'll catch this right here since I still have this up. But there's a particular possible anomaly up in this area here, and I really tried doing a breakdown. And this is way before we got into the fast, like I got into the fast movers, learned about all that. But I think there's something here similar to that. I know you've been getting these other objects, going by, like the one going out of the volcano. And I did, I wonder if I summoned you earlier because I mentioned you earlier because you did a video on the volcanoes and we showed a Crater Lake earlier. We just showed some Mount Shasta clips, and those are both volcanoes, part of the Cascade Range, right? And your video came to mind, and please share that video here because it's an awesome one. Um, and then the other volcano came to mind that I had trouble saying, Popocatepec. Boom, got it. Uh, woo! Anyway, let's run this clip one more again while we have it latch here, and I'm glad you and Derek got to link up and reschedule that. It sounds like it was all a go, and I don't know if I was a help there, but hopefully I was. And even if I wasn't, I tried. Um, Yeah, here we go. See that little blip? Like a little blip right there, and I'm scrubbing the video back and forth. Blip right there. And here, I think I'm focusing the scrubbing somewhere else because I noticed that that object had like when it flashes, it seems to like dart over this way. And what I could do is I know I could send Latchkey the clip and hopefully I might be able to do a remix, funky remix. And yeah, I appreciate anyone's help and any of you interested in looking into any of my videos doing breakdowns. I've had people do that before and send me their versions of stuff. Please let me know. I'd be more than happy to yes, will do, sir. Yeah, share any of my clips with you if you're a good person. And yeah, I don't know if you can see that latch right around that area there. And boom, we got a link here, y'all. And so back to Bernie. Let's go weekend at Bernie's. Remember that one? You guys ever have any of those types of you guys ever party with Bernie on the weekend? Sheesh. I bet some of you have. All right. Let's bounce to Bernie Falls here, yo. We're gonna add to stage. Well, Perry. Bernie Falls, wait. I heard that yeah, 100 million gallons or we have last year all river is underneath the eighth wonder of the world. I know. I'll replay this video a couple more times just so you could have that soothing sound there. Hey, if any fairies pop up. Oh look, where was that? Got a bug? Keep an eye out. Yeah, make sure. Look, you never know. Yeah, very for in the area. Up or anything, really like I'll have to guys find it. And another spot near here falls to it has falls cloud area. Cloud area does have some cases, strange ones. And so yeah, McLeod. And when I passed by there, it just had vibes. I don't know if anyone's been there. McLeod, anyone? McLeod. Name comes.
Hey, we just in here. I had some weird stuff happen yesterday all day. Turned out to be a horrible day. Ended up in Mount Shasta. It was like one of my worst trips there. And actually, recent this person stayed in Shasta. Delighted to report on his pretty sad case. It was they're all not that they're any of them are typical, but it was just different. It was, it was a brother this time, and him and his queen had some sort of thing. They were from the Bay Area, I believed, and went up. And there was somewhere else that they had stopped. I don't know if it was Yosemite. It was another spot that was just known for the 411 phenomena. And they had ended up in Shasta, and yeah, something about a shroom blunt being smoked. I didn't even know. Like, I've heard of people talking about smoking mushrooms. I've never done it like that. There's even like mushroom vape pens and stuff now, and I'm just like, no, eh, I don't know. But anyway, supposedly that came up, and so you know, and then I don't know if there was some sort of argument, and something went down, and dude took off, and that was it. And yeah, it's pretty odd, and I could see that happening in that area. And yeah, this time we went to Bernie Falls, it just got weird. Something weird happened here, and I look back on it, and it's kind of a good thing, though. We look at things that happen in our lives sometimes as like very negative, and they could be very negative moments, but in hindsight, those moments could actually be like some of the biggest blessings and stuff. I think. Anyway, little Bernie Falls talk there, Mount Shasta, a little bit of Castle Crags there, and yeah. So I'm only allowed to put up to 10 videos, but I know I could delete and load up more. But I had these 10 set up here, a few clips of my own that I've taken out there. And yeah, super cool that I was able to show that to you guys. I got another clip here. And this one's a little teaser. We're talking about the Bigfoot trap that's kind of in between Shasta and Crater Lake. I was talking, and this is near our place in Oregon. And this is near that particular lake I was talking about where the tracks and da 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 da. Yes. Let's take a look at this spot here. And this is a trailhead going into the Bigfoot trap. So there's a trap there that the forget it's like some sort of wildlife, like biologist or something, some sort of group like that. And it was in the 70s because there was reports of tracks and stuff from the miners way back. Thinking it was the late 1800s or something like that when those reports were being documented. Um, and then in the 70s, I guess these guys decided to hike in uh, this trap, and like I said, it's made out of wood. We're not going to see it in this clip. Maybe in the future we'll show it. But like I said, we've visited it several times, so there's plenty of video uh,
We're at the trailhead,
of the trap.
Southern
That's
Oregon,
Oregon there.
the Applegate. And this
Hmm.
is
We're getting a text here from Homie Dry.
Bigfoot Trap.
They actually got a footprint on the trail there, and that's how you know that's the
I
trail
believe it
into
was
the
built
trap.
in the
Greetings,
70s.
Judy. How you doing? Just kind of hanging out here.
And it's pretty deep in there. I've been here once before, years back. I think it might be about 6 years ago. And
at the time, I was just learning about the structures, and I remember finding some. The way we found the trap, my partner's cousin told us about it, and so we found the trailhead, which is really difficult to find because the sign is small, and so we find the trail, and our son's with us too, and he decides halfway that he wants to go back because he didn't want to ruin his shoes. And I'm like, oh Lord, the point of separation, not good. And he usually gets his way, so he turns back and heads to the car. And we kept going. And the way we found it was my partner actually found it was a hillside like this, and she seen what looked like some tracks, but they weren't perfect impressions, kind of like skids. And sure enough, right above that was a trap. It was hard to see, and that led us to it. So that was interesting. And I did find some structures on the trap and a little before it, but I didn't examine them because, like I said, I wasn't doing that at the time. But I did get it on video. It's an old video I had posted, and yeah, we'll see what we got going on today. It's gonna be a little bit of a walk here, just giving you guys an idea what it looks like. And if anything happens, I'll try to get it on the camera.
Yeah. Muted, muted. Are we still muted? Hold up. All right. Testing, testing. How about now? I don't hear myself. Testing, testing. What about now? It's weird because I can't hear myself now. All right, I'm back. All right, but something's up because I should be able to hear myself in the headphones. And so right here we go. Let's see. Testing. Got it. Aha. So rewind. Let's see if we could go back. I was saying something about, and I heard that happened to BMR earlier today. I heard he was on mute for a minute. Bombaclat, man. Yeah, it happens. It happens, but we're gonna keep it going. I think what was I getting? Man, I was talking about who knows what. So let's see. It's muted right about here. Uh anyway, it happens. Another embarrassing moment. But we don't give up. We keep it moving, right? Where's my yeah, I get one of those now. Ye- Yo, hillbilly. What's good? What do you what you got going? What you got lit? You dabbing? Yeah. Woo Reezy coming through in the clutch. Uh-oh, who's doing great? Someone doing something good out there? Someone posting links in the chat? Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the heck I was saying before and I mute. What did I mute? I was muting because of the video. And believe me, that could happen man, on the turntables. Something like that happens. It's like, oof. Thank you, Maggie. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are all hanging out and we won't be much longer here. I know we got what is it? 218 West Coast, right on Hillbilly. And you know the chat room is 420 friendly at all times. So feel free to hotbox chat. Um and yeah, we are fun guys also. So but yeah, no, it's interesting. I have heard like we're talking that cat donut from Donut Factory on YouTube and getting into a lot of the conspiracies and a lot of the signs and subliminal stuff they're pumping out there um and I've heard him mention about how like we're talking Rogan earlier uh and yesterday too we did mention him and I know Butcher. He's got a thing for Rogan. And I get it. I get it, I could see I do like some of the guests he has on. I don't agree with like a lot of the interviews. Even his whole thing on Bigfoot, he had gone out with I forget who it was, but they took him up to like Washington State, I think it was. So great, Bigfoot spot. But I think I don't even know if they did it overnight or not. I think they just might have gone out for a few hours, maybe looked at some structures or something, and Rogan was just like whatever about it and just but he's all into the UFOs and this and that. So I don't know. I wonder about some of the stuff he thinks about. But Rogan. What else was um we're gonna mention something about that. Oh yeah, the whole thing about him like really pushing psychedelic mushrooms and certain people pushing the whole psychedelic thing, which and then California about to legalize here, so Oregon as well, and which I do, I fully respect the medicine and everything, but yeah, just the way I'm seeing it these days, yeah, it's just being packaged and all these different forms of it, and it's good to see a lot of the different varieties. I love you know, different fungi, edible ones. Love foraging for mushrooms, learning about different types of mushrooms. I do know how to identify certain types of mushrooms, and I do consume different types of mushrooms. And I do like that the mushroom is a big thing right now. Also, like the lion's mane and what is it? The you got your turkey tails and all your different types of mushrooms, and they got the mud, what is it, mud coffee, mud water and stuff, and people using that as an alternative to drinking coffee. And I just, yeah, I think all that's good. And the human does go back with the fungus a long time, like that. But oh, here we got Sal in the house too. We should be talking to Sal right now. This is Sal's world. Um yeah, and the different cacti, but also yeah, so the donut was just thinking that there's an agenda behind that too. So we got to be very careful. I do, yeah, think we should just be careful with that, because I do see like some sort of a psychedelic, like a fungal wave happening, especially with the legalization, and we see how things went with the legalization of cannabis. So, uh, yeah, I don't know. It's some weird politics there, and I won't get too into it. Maggie's moving slow. Why is the hot box getting to you in chat? You moving slow now, Maggie? Woo. Uh Yeah, no, but I think, yeah, the whole microdose, people microdose. And yeah, I think there's something there. I've heard some of the tech guys microdosing even for, certain things, and and enhancing the senses. And yeah, I believe all that's possible. But yeah, there's always the issue with it being used the wrong way and getting into the wrong hands. And yeah, so that's always a bummer. But yeah, Sal here. Check him out. Uh Super cool channel. You can find him on Tiggity TikTok and on the gram. Hit him up on the gram too. You be posting on the gram too, right, Sal? And Sal does some very groovy vids, and it's very consistent as well. Uh-huh. Yep. And you're hearing it from Hillbilly Herb there himself. Ay, 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 Polly. Uh-oh. Hopefully, yeah, hopefully you get that going. Anyway, switching gears, let's see what else is popping today. Um, so yeah, we did the little breakdown of that plane video. I think that one was super cool because yeah, they were really tiny, the objects. And if you don't know what we're talking about, it's the latest video posted on the channel. Um, and I had that video for a few days, maybe a week or so, and had gone through it, but didn't notice anything. But luckily I didn't erase it. I had the feeling to keep it. And I was just going through it again and just wasn't seeing anything, and looked at it a little closer. And sure enough, there's these, tiny little objects zipping on by. And I was just like, whoa, all right. Yeah, I'll post a quick version of this. Hopefully the shorts quality will pick up on it. And in the thumbnail of the short, I kind of put an arrow pointing at the object. So that's cool that I was able to do that. But I wouldn't think most people would be able to see it. And it got quite a few views. But anyway, some of you did see that. And Denise asked me for a little bit of help with a breakdown, which I also, they give you the option for like poll or ask Q&A. And So I was like, poll, do you want me to do a breakdown? And most people don't really respond to those things anyway. I just post them up just because I guess I like to. and but Denise asked for a breakdown and I told her, yeah, I would take some timestamps. And I was just like, you know what, let me just do a quick little breakdown vid. And luckily, everything was flowing right at the moment and I was able to chop that up really quick and I felt decent enough to share. And I should do more voiceover like our man Latchkey Hustle does over here. Brother be looking sharp on camera too. And and just the way he explains and breaks it down to you verbally too. I just love that. And hopefully I'll be doing more of that because yeah, there's so much more that goes behind certain things. And that's why I'm glad I'm be able to do this and chop it up and give you all the little extra stuff. Because there are so many little videos when I first started that I would just post and would just think that most people would get and some people would, but there was just I wouldn't no. There's so much more I could have added just to elaborate on what I was really feeling and expressing and so yeah, I've been working on that over the years and there is Tim Mothman sighting. Hide your beer, folks. Hide your beer and drinks because Tim Mothman brought his own. Cheers. One love, Polly. One love. Yeah, man. So yeah, you guys, here we are, Saturday. Happy rising. Buenos dias. Bom dia. Maybe good night for some of us. Um, yeah, I'm glad I'm pretty activated right now. What else happened at the shop? I'm trying to think if there's any more highlights. No sightings outside in the skies. Trying to think. Oh, my little niece came by. That's a highlight. Baby Brooklyn. And she's just something else. And her and I got an awesome relationship. It's funny, she won't really come around grandma. And grandma and I were kind of laughing during New Year's because she was like, she kind of avoids grandma for some reason. Needs to be around grandma more. Uh, and it's cool because grandma's cool about it. I think most grandmas would be probably offended and mean. But she'll come around, I'm sure. She's very, particular about people. But luckily, Uncle Dwarf, oh man, it's amazing. Hopefully, we'll share some like pictures or something soon. And I got some pictures sent to me earlier tonight. I was talking about chatting with someone special up in the Oregon area, and they shared some old pictures of us in different parts of Northern California, and I think some might be in Oregon too. But yeah, I was like, whoa! Like for a long time, I wasn't a picture guy. I talked the homie Jonathan Easley, Western Bigfoot Explorations. Um, he would call me, and he always introduces me to people as the guy who wouldn't show his face because in a lot of my videos back in the day and it was because it was just a lot going on at the time. I really felt like I wanted to show what I was finding and I was just, oh, she is Brooklyn, baby Brooklyn, go Brooklyn, go Brooklyn. um Brooklyn is one and some change, so she's new to the planet. And she's just, oh my god, she's so cute. My brother and his queen did a good job, and she was a surprise. I was like, no way. And here she is, and she's got teeth now and is running, and it's just all happening too fast. It's amazing. And I got a little clip of her, you guys. I put it in one of the vids. We're at the shop and there's this little Bigfoot that my brother, I think it was my niece, might have got it. And speaking of them, they always have me in mind. Check this out. I shared this earlier. Let's see. There's a calendar. Searching for Bigfoot. Let's see. Oh, where trying to get it on camera. Anyway, there we go. That was a gift from my niece. Uh-oh, cameras lost the camera there. Where are you? Look, I gotta have it follow me. I have it on AI mode. Now it's tracking the there we go. You gotta do the see, I do that and it'll just stay in that position. And then if I go like that, it blinks and now camera will follow me. Anyway, they got me this calendar. Super cool. Like where's Bigfoot? Like where's Waldo? And it is a 2025 edition. So we'll be putting that up and hopefully keeping our dates and life in line as much as possible. Green screen got me. Let's see, Timoth man. Boom. You get a lot of Amanita muscaria around your camp. So you've been really wanting to learn how to process them or use or at least give to elders local reserves. Yeah, we used to get them too up in Honeydew, Southern Humboldt. We used to get them right on the land too. I remember first seeing them. I was like, "Whoa, this is the Mario Brothers mushroom." And it was like, "Yep, those are the Amanita muscaria." And I learned that yeah, you do have to process them a certain way, because it is very toxic. But I have seen some dude on YouTube. It's just like he's like the Amanita dude. I'm sure he has a name or something super like trippy looking, probably like Viking or something. And because they say the Vikings, right? They used to use the Amanita. That's why they call them the berserkers. So anyway, this dude was eating massive, huge Amanitas and eating them raw just like that. And I was just like, "Eesh." Polly. Yeah, I could laugh a lot more with you guys too. I love laughing and having a good time, but at the same time, I know these topics and different things we touch on are very serious too. So keep that in mind. I am a very serious person as well. I could be very introvert and at the same time very social. Scorpio Southpaw. What it do? Yeah, so interesting the Amanita. Baby Brooklyn. Oh, so Brooklyn, the nieces got me this it was a trunk. It was a stump, a tree stump, and the tree stump you would put into water and then Bigfoot would burst out of the stump. And you get this little figurine, little Bigfoot figurine, and so we keep it at the shop. And so I don't know how it went down, but I think Brooklyn somehow got a hold of the little figurine, the little Sasquatch, and she said a monkey, and she's barely learning to her words. And I heard she is learning Mandarin at the daycare she's going to, so that's super cool. Um, and I think her older sister went through that as well, learning some different languages. But yeah, according to Brooklyn, It's a monkey, and the way she said it was super cute. I needed to get that on video, and yeah, it really touches my heart. But I don't think she's a full on aper. She's a cuz of her uncle. Oh man, it's been super fun tonight. I'm glad I was able to hang out with you all. I'm glad you guys all tapped in, guys and gals, ladies and gents. Um, and I'm glad the nephews gave me a break too. It's all good. I don't mind getting the extra background noise. You never know when you're live and doing something, you might get the little extras. We had a guy fall over on the bike the other day. What was it, yesterday on the live stream? I don't know if you guys caught that. It was a funny moment. I know it's not funny when things like that happen, but I do feel that the guy was okay. He seemed to have fallen in slow motion, and so I didn't see any serious injury. Of course, if I would have noticed something more serious, I would have helped out. The dude is a, in my opinion, a street dude, so I didn't want to mess with his cool, and I just acted like I didn't see. But we were all watching live, so we seen you go down for the count, bro. And that type of ish does happen, y'all. So you guys be safe while you're operating any type of kitchenware or any other sort of vehicle, technology, or anything else like that. Be safe. It is wild out there, you guys. And we'll be tapping in tomorrow. We are scheduled. We will be at the shop. Hey, send me a message. Say what's up. I've been seeing your messages as well. Um, and I'm slowly getting back to them, y'all. So have a blessed rest of your night. We're coming in at the 2 hour mark here. It was super fun. Benny Loco, good to see you. Maggie, lovey love, of course. Always good to see you. Star Sis, Sal, Hillbilly Herb, everybody else who came through. So many of you did drop by. Some names, new names, and some very familiar names. One love, y'all. Good vibes. Get rest. There goes the nephew. Uh-huh. He must be winning or something. Or losing. Hopefully not. But yeah, here we go, y'all. We out. And any ideas, any comments, drop them. Yo, get at me. One love.